Okay, let's get started, guys. Tonight is getting out of debt. And I don't know what kind of debt you have, whether you have cars or credit cards or whatever, but the basic premises of what we're going to talk about work for whatever kind of debt you have. So I have a basic scenario that is kind of similar to what most people have, but it may not be exactly what you have, but it'll be appropriate. So, student loan debt is something that a lot of people have. And obviously a lot because approximately 25% of all U.S. households have student loan debt. And the average amount is almost $28,000. Now that's the average, which means that 50% of people have more than that and 50% have less. So that's a lot of debt to be graduating. And that's average for everybody. And the average amount of credit card debt is over $15,000.
I had that.
A lot of people do.
My granddaughter, her fiance has $85,000.
Oh my gosh, and credit card debt?
No, school.
School
Oh, yeah,
loan
school.
debt,
He
You
went
put
to,
100,000 in that.
He went to
a private school.
Iowa State and he went and got his engineering degree. And he can't get a job paying over $13 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
After all that education, after 4 to 5 years, he's got his bachelor's degree.
Oh wait, that's just a bachelor's degree, you have that much debt?
Because
Oh
it's
my
out-of-state
gosh.
Because he
tuition.
also,
He's from
And
Illinois.
state
and
tuition.
he played for his dorm and all that stuff and all, yeah.
That's sad.
That's great.
Well, what about debt for new college graduates? I mean, these are people that are supposed to be,
There's no jobs out there for him either.
right. In 2014, what percentage of new college graduates had student loan debt, do you think?
Probably
85.
100%.
70%.
So if you lined up 10 graduates,
Seven of them.
7 of them had debt. And I actually thought it would be higher.
Mhm. Well, it might be the
What was-
graduates, probably the parents.
Mhm.
That's the other 3%.
Yeah. What was the average amount of the debt, do you think?
So what do you say, about 25, 26?
35.
45.
33. It's double the amount they had 20 years ago. And this is from the Wall Street Journal in May of this year. Now this information is from 2008. I couldn't find anything more current. In 2008, 84% of undergraduates had at least one credit card. Now you'll be saying, I was shocked at this one. 50% have 4 or more
Wow.
credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that scary?
Well, the
They get
banks
them.
don't care, they just want to get them.
What really bothered, I mean, our daughter, our oldest daughter felt this. When she went off to college, I said, do not get a credit card. If you think you need a credit card, I'll put you on mine with a limit and you'll be good. She calls me up, she says, I signed up for a Discover card. And I said, you what?
That's the
I
worst
told you,
one.
don't get a credit card. She says, well, Mama, I could use it at the bookstore and pay for my books. And I said, I told you I could give you a credit. She says, Mom, they were giving away big bags of M&Ms.
Oh, Lord.
They cost you.
And you get a bag of M&Ms, sign your paper, or sign your name, you're good. So she takes her card, she goes to the bookstore to get books. Guess what? The bookstore doesn't take its Discover cards.
Mhm.
But somebody else
So,
does.
you know, they're on campus selling them, and then the bookstore doesn't even take them. The average amount of the credit card balance for graduating seniors is $4,100. Now you added that to their $33,000 in student loan debt,
Mhm.
$37,000 in debt when they're coming out of college. And that's average. So you know there's a lot of them, like your future grandson-in-law, that have way more than that. And remember, these are 2008 numbers. It's going to be higher
All
now.
right.
Almost 1 in 5 of graduating students have more than $7,000 in credit card debt. And 60% of them are surprised at their credit card debt.
Did it say what that debt is? Is that like books and dorm fees and stuff? Or did
It
it say
doesn't
that's
say.
margaritas and,
Probably that too.
I'm guessing it's a combination of that, because I know a lot of kids that they'll get that credit card and they'll say, well, I'm never going to use it. And then their roommate comes and let's go out for pizza. I don't have any money. Well, I got this card. I'll just use it this one time.
Mm-hmm.
And by Christmas, they've got a couple $1,000s charged on their credit card. And then they gotta tell their parents, guess what? I have a credit card bill. So what do you think it takes to get out of debt?
Pay one off, then pay the other one off. It's real easy to say, it's really hard to do.
That's right, it is. But what it takes is commitment. And pay off all the debt as soon as possible. And don't incur any new debt. And that may mean
Yes.
having plastic surgery, as Dave Ramsey calls it.
Good.
He's got these giant scissors that he uses. And one thing I'm going to show you that Dave Ramsey talks about is called snowball. And most financial people will say, pay off the bill with the highest credit card, or the highest interest rate first. But it's psychologically, if you see one go away, then that gives you a rush. And then if you add that payment to the next one, then it just kind of snowballs. And you actually get things paid off sooner because you get that reinforcement when those smaller ones disappear. So then, another thing I want to talk about is small things do make a difference. We all have those little things that we spend money on every day or almost every day. Like stopping on the way to get a cup of coffee, Starbucks or Scooters or the Quick Shop or something like that. A lot of people do that. They get coffee or they'll get pop or they'll get a lottery ticket, and they do that every day. And depending on where you stop, it could cost you up to $5. Or some people on their way home from work will stop and get a soda. And yes, Ruthie?
I can't help but just like when I'm a alcoholic and an addict, bar tabs.
Yeah, that's another
Those
one.
add up real quick. Not that I've done it, but I've
Yeah.
had friends to do it that way
Uh-huh.
when I was active alcoholic.
Yeah.
Practicing,
Yeah.
and now I'm non-practicing. I've got almost 29 months tomorrow. But anyway,
Hallelujah.
But yeah, those bar tabs, if you don't keep
Yeah.
track, then you're like, oh man, now how am I gonna afford to buy gas for my car or to get
That's
home or
right.
pay for a
It
cab?
is those little things that add up. And when you go to the Quick Shop, where is the soda? Where is the coffee?
In the
In the
back.
back, where you
gotta
walk through
past the
everything.
cookies and the
Cookies,
donuts
the
and
hot
the
dogs.
potato chips and the cookies and the candy bars and
Where's the
nuts.
bathroom? You can't
All
even
this-
run to the bathroom,
Yeah,
I go past
exactly.
everything.
Same way in the grocery store, the milk and all those stuff that everybody buys are always at the back of the store, so you have to
Mhm.
walk past everything. So, if you stop for coffee every day, or a lottery ticket or whatever, and the average cost is $5, in a month, that's $150. Now, you may not spend that much every day, but it could add up to that. And a pop could cost you up to $60 a month, you know, $2 a time. And chances are, if you go in the Quick Shop to get that pop,
Getting something.
you're probably going to spend $4 or $5.
Mhm.
You're going to spend more than that $60. So bring your coffee from home. Yes, Ruthie?
Also, with those big plastic cups, you're paying for the cup. You're not paying for the pop, the
Yeah.
beverage, you're paying for the cup.
Yeah, that's true. So if you bring your coffee from home, you could save up to $150 a month. And buy generic pop at the store. What'd you pay for pop the last time?
$2.68 for a 12-pack.
And you pay that much for almost one bottle, $1.68, $1.69.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
can save,
sure.
and he likes to drink pop, so he just always gets the generic at the grocery store. So here's our scenario. I also put it up on there so we can keep referring to it as we go along. So you've got 2 car payments. One is $450 a month, one is $250 a month. You've got a credit card that has a $50 minimum payment, and furniture that's, you got a $25 a month payment. So your total debt is over $18,000, and that's not including your house.
Or your cell phone, that's What's the house?
Well, I'm not talking about any of the payments, but
Mm.
just your debt. And your total payments are $775 a month. Yeah, it adds up, doesn't it? So, what we're gonna do is, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through our house. And we're gonna say, what is it that I don't need, I don't use, and that I could get rid of? We all have basically a gold mine in our house of things that we could get rid of. So we have a garage sale, or we sell it on Craigslist or eBay or whatever. And we commit to not doing our little things like coffee and soda and lottery tickets. So the first month, we have the garage sale, or we sell our stuff on eBay, and let's just say we get $300. Is that reasonable, you think?
If you
$300?
get $300, you're lucky. Unless you're selling big items, you know.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's just use my number
Yeah,
for
that's
just an
good.
example. It could be less, and the principle's still the same.
Right.
And then we've got our coffee at home, our pop at home, so we've got $510 extra this month. Well, remember, our furniture bill is $500. And we're used to paying $25 on it, so we add the $25 to the $510, we pay off the furniture, we've got another $35 to pay on the credit card bill.
Cool.
Does that sound kind of fun?
Mhm.
Look at that, in the first month, we got rid of one debt.
Mhm.
Furniture's gone. So now we take the next month, we have our coffee at home, our pop at home, that's $210. And then we add that $25 furniture payment to the $50 credit card payment. So now we're making a regular $75 payment, plus the $210, we now are paying $285 on the credit card.
Okay.
And I use the highest interest rate,
Yeah.
just to make it look, to make the worst case scenario. So at 24% interest, the credit card will be paid off in less than a year. So in less than a year,
Mm.
you'll be down to just your car payments. Pretty cool, huh? So now, year two, we take that $285 that we were making on the credit card. We add it to our regular $250 payment on the payment, card number 2. So we're now paying $535 a month. And depending on the interest rate, this card could be paid off in 6 months. So now we're a year and a half, and all we have left is the last car loan, the big one. So we add that $535 to the regular $450 payment on car one. We're now making a payment at $985 a month, almost $1,000 a month. And all that we did, the only thing we changed is getting the coffee and the pop every day. That's the only change we made. So I want this to sink in, that it's just those little things that you spend the money on, everything that you think, oh, it's just $1, it's just a couple dollars, it's just $5. You cut those out and look what you can do. In a year and a half, you're down to one payment.
Mm.
Pretty cool, huh? So paying almost $1,000 a month, you're gonna have that car paid off in no time. And then what happens? You're debt-free, except for your mortgage. And now, the fun part. You can save for purchases. So with the $985, now you might want to do something different, but you can take $25 a month, the same amount of payment that you were making, for furniture. So now you can save for the furniture. You can take $450 a month, just like the payments you had before, save for your next car. Put $100 a month back for college if you have kids that need to go to college. $100 a month for your emergency savings. So when your refrigerator goes on the blink, then you've got, or you need new tires for your car. Then that still leaves $310 a month. You could use that to.
Or a new
your-
transmission and another new set of tires?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it still leaves $310 a month for you to do. You could add it to your mortgage to pay off your house early.
Mhm.
You could decide, I'm gonna start getting coffee again.
Mm-mm.
Or, you know, you can put it back for a vacation, or whatever. You've got $310 that you didn't know you had.
Sounds good.
And back to it again, the only thing you changed is you quit stopping for coffee and pop. Or lottery ticket, or whatever it was. So you're free. Do you have any questions?
Mm-mm.
I love this quote. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Right.
Good old Ben,
Yep.
he was one of the smart guys.